Hi, everybody. This is Lee, and this video is about the Dakota Access Pipeline. I've been speaking on the Dakota Access Pipeline and reporting on events there since August of earlier this year when the violence surrounding the protest and protecting out there came to national attention due to escalation by Energy Transfer Partners and their security force. Now the pipeline is still being constructed over the statements by U.S. Army Corps of Engineers that construction should stop until there's time to deliberate on the appropriateness of this pipeline. In the meantime, there's been many atrocities committed against the Native American Sioux who are out there protecting the environment for everyone downstream of the Missouri River that the pipeline threatens to pollute, as well as the inclusion of journalists, media who have arrived to document, also environmentalists who have arrived to assist with the protection of the land and the water and the Sioux Nation. And then also the human rights observers who have also been assaulted and threatened with violence and then also been attacked with violence. So things are coming to a head. Things have escalated. More and more people have joined in the cause. It's actually come to world attention of what is happening in North Dakota, despite our own media's efforts to silence and suppress the reporting. News accounts have gotten out. The Native Americans and the people on the ground there have become the reporters that the mainstream media claim that they are. Instead, mainstream media are reporting fake news in the form of biased press releases by the Morton County Sheriff, who has been caught in lies in his own reporting of events. He's been caught in lies, and multiple cameras have caught him in lies where he tried to portray events as one thing, and we could see for ourselves that it was another. However, mainstream media continues to report lies by the Morton County Sheriff. So that means that the people on the ground are the reporters, the citizen journalists, a progressive journalist, independent journalists, hopefully international journalists are telling the truth of what's occurring in North Dakota. There is also a article at the ACLU that lists out the names of law enforcement agencies that are participating in the atrocities and brutality against the water protectors at Standing Rock. Names are named. I've already named off the banks, and so now it's time for the law enforcement agencies. From North Dakota, it's North Dakota Highway Patrol, North Dakota National Guard, North Dakota Parks and Recreation, North Dakota Department of Emergency Services, North Dakota Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, Parole and Probation. In the cities of North Dakota, it's Beulah Police Department, City of Bismarck Police Department, Dickinson City, City of Fargo Police Department, Hazen City, Jamestown City, City of Mandan Police Department, Minnow City, Steele PD, Grand Forks City, Williston City, Rolla City, West Fargo City, Wishoek City, Watford City, Grafton City. These are North Dakota counties. Burleigh County Sheriff's Department, Cass County Sheriff's Department, Dunn County, Emmons County, McKenzie County, McLean County, Mercer County Sheriff's Department, Morton County, Stark County, Stutsman County, Ward County, Williams County Sheriff's Department, Grand Forks County, Divide County, Kidder County, Grant County, Bowman County, Benson County, Burke County, McIntosh County, Barnes County, Bottineau County, Logan County, Trail County. All the way from Louisiana for a starring cameo appearance, St. Charles Parish Sheriff's Department. From Montana, Montana Highway Patrol. From Wisconsin, Wisconsin State Patrol, Dane County Sheriff's Department. And I believe that it is this department that did stand down after a week of action due to public outcry. Dane County Special Events Team, St. Croix County Sheriff's Department, Rock County Sheriff's Department, Marathon County Sheriff's Department. Also from Minnesota, Hennepin County Sheriff's Department, Anoka County Sheriff's Department, Washington County Sheriff's Department. From South Dakota, South Dakota Highway Patrol, Pennington County Sheriff's Department, South Dakota Department of Criminal Investigation. From Wyoming, Wyoming Highway Patrol, Laramie County Sheriff's Department. From Nebraska, Nebraska State Patrol. From Indiana, and here's where it gets really interesting. Indiana is Donald Trump's VP, the former governor of Indiana, Mike Pence. And so there is a surprisingly large contingent from Indiana. In fact, the number of law enforcement from Indiana rivals the law enforcement from North Dakota itself. Lake County Sheriff's Department, Schererville Police Department, Hammond Police Department, Griffith Police Department, Michigan City Police Department, Munster Police Department, Indiana Department of Natural Resources, Marion County Sheriff's Department, Brookville Police Department, Porter County, LaPorte County, Jasper County, Newton County. From Ohio, Ohio State Highway Patrol. And so that's who is apparently assisting in the atrocities at North Dakota. If these are people in your community and you object to your police officers participating in the brutalization of the Native American population in North Dakota, the sexual violation of women, the humiliation and degradation, the placing of these protectors in dog kennels to hold them. If you object to them being hit with rubber bullets, being maced, being tear gassed, pepper sprayed, having sound cannons, concussion grenades, flashbangs used against them, if you object to all of this, then you do need to contact your people. They are your friends and neighbors from your community, and they're coming to North Dakota to do horrible things that maybe they wouldn't do in your community. And it is documented by multiple cameras that this is what's happening. If you object to that, then now is the time to make your objections known directly to that department. And I'm going to go on to discuss whether this is actually a righteous cause that law enforcement have joined in. And that's under debate too, because there are treaties involved, and it's our executive that is supposed to enforce the treaties, and that's Barack Obama. There's a treaty from 1851, the Treaty of Fort Laramie. And many parts of the treaty remain in effect, and that's something that many people lose sight of when they try to claim who is actually trespassing. That treaty apparently still stands, the Treaty of Fort Laramie from 1851, and that means that it is not the Sioux Nation who are trespassing. It is the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Energy Transfer Partners, and the builders, Dakota Access Pipeline, plus the law enforcement. So, there are people who believe that the opponents of the pipeline are in the right, that their opposition is correct, and they cite the treaty in order to stop that pipeline construction on treaty lands that are privately owned and not part of the Standing Rock Reservation. So there's a discussion of that treaty. It's in the Bismarck Tribune. I'll leave a link in the description. There are other articles discussing the treaty as well. But then there's an article at Common Dreams that goes back to the lies being told about the situation. I spoke about the Morton County Sheriff, who is trying his best to create a situation where it appears that the Native Americans are in the wrong and that the police force are defending. But we see in video that it's not the case, that it's the police force that are attacking peaceful protectors of the pipe of the land and the water. Then we have Kelsey Warren, the CEO of Energy Transfer Partners, who's also decided to lie, outright lie, in his effort to control the narrative and gaslight and create a perception that's not real. Kelsey Warren said in an interview on PBS that he wished the tribe had consulted with Energy Transfer Partners earlier. And he said that the Public Service Commission chairwoman, Julie Federchuk, she told National Public Radio that Standing Rock Sioux failed to take part in the 11-month permit process or in 30 hours of open hearings, and that their efforts to reach Chairman Archambault were futile. So they're trying to say that the tribe wasn't present or didn't comment or didn't object. And so Chairman Archambault is saying that the tribal council was, in effect, participants in meetings with Energy Transfer executives at the tribal headquarters on September 2014, and that the tribal leaders had clearly stated their objection to the pipeline. The tribe passed a resolution in 2012 opposing new pipelines, and they declared a moratorium hydraulic fracking within its borders. Last week, the tribe also just came right out and posted a recording of that 2014 meeting in which Archambault is heard speaking and warning the pipeline company representative that the tribe still recognizes the Fort Laramie borders, and therefore the pipeline that the company considered was in fact part of the tribe's territory. So they had to post the proof that showed and revealed that Kelsey Warren, of the CEO of Energy Transfer Partners, was a liar. That the Federchuk of the North Dakota Public Services Commission, she was a liar. And then we see with our cameras that the Morton County Sheriff is a liar. So this is what's happening. There are people who are sending out stories trying to control the narrative, even going so far as to send provocateurs into the midst of the protectors, trying to stir up a reason to attack them with more violence. Fortunately, these provocateurs are quickly identified because everyone else is peaceful and they are expelled. But you see that there is an effort to control the media narrative surrounding this protest, to hide the fact that there are people who have evil in their hearts, and they are translating that evil into violent attacks against peaceful protesters, and then trying to tell lies about what they're doing. And this is including law enforcement, the Energy Transfer Partners, and then the government in North Dakota. And then we have a president who is supposed to enforce U.S. treaties and recognize treaty laws, who said, let's just see how it plays out, and then remain silent. We even have a first lady who claims that she's for the women and who's had everything to say on behalf of Hillary Clinton, but nothing to say about Native American women who are being attacked and then strip searched and humiliated, and then not recognizing that apparently they are worthy of defense either. Personally, I believe that every member of Congress who continues to remain silent on the Dakota Access Pipeline should have an opponent competing for their seats in 2018. Every single one of them who remains silent should have an opponent competing for their seat. Senators as well. But anyway, this is a situation that, as it stands, Tulsi Gabbard is slated to arrive at Standing Rock on December 4th. And she will be not arriving alone. She will be bringing fellow veterans of our U.S. military with her in an effort to provide a human shield. And then December 5th, that's the deadline the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers gave for the eviction of the Standing Rock Sioux and the other protectors with them from that region. And so, again, it comes down to the question of who's actually trespassing. The Sioux Nation still recognizes the U.S. Treaty of 1851 created at Fort Laramie. And so, apparently, it supersedes everything that happened subsequently, including the apparent sale that people think happened in 1944. Because, if you have a car and you like your car and someone says, I want to buy your car, and you say, no, I like my car, I'm going to keep it. And then they take your car and give you $100 bill. Does the car belong to them? Did you agree to that transaction? Or is it still your car and someone's committed a crime against you? Okay, how about if you have a sandwich and you want to eat your sandwich, but someone else says, you know what, I'm hungry, give me your sandwich. You say, no, I'm looking forward to eating it myself. And then they take your sandwich and give you $1. Did you actually sell that sandwich to them? Is that their sandwich, or was a crime committed against you, and does the sandwich still belong to you because you did not agree to the sale? These are something to consider. And then we'll go even further to a more sinister, more vulgar, more direct metaphor. If there is a woman who has something that a man wants, the man says, I want that. The woman says, no. The man says, well, you know what? I'm going to take it anyway. Here's a $50 bill. Was a crime committed? Did the woman agree to that transaction? What just happened? And what's happening now in North Dakota? These are things to consider, and I really hope that despite the gaslighting, the fake news, and the lies being told by people who know better, that the truth is something that does get through to the rest of the North American public, and that there are steps. We can still apply pressure via the banks, via law enforcement, to hold our public officials accountable for what they are perpetrating and what they are allowing to happen. In the meantime, all eyes on Tulsi Gabbard and North Dakota Chairman Archambault for their leadership, and best wishes for the protectors in North Dakota. Good luck.